Hi, it's Mr. Townsend here. This is the sixth video in the reactions of organic compounds. We're looking at the reactions of carboxylic acids. So watch the video and hope that you feel more confident with these reactions after. Okay, so there are four specific reactions we're going to look at when we look at carboxylic acids. We're going to look at the esterification reaction, where we produce an ester when an alcohol and concentrated sulfuric acid is. We're going to look at a dissociation reaction, what happens when we place this in water. We're going to look at the substitution reaction, or what if we substitute the hydroxyl group at the end of the carboxylic acid group. And then we're going to also look at an acid-base reaction. So this is an acid, what would happen if we add a base to it? And we get different products formed depending on which of these reactions we look at. So let's look at more detail at these reactions. So the first type of reaction we're going to talk about is the dissociation reaction. So a carboxylic acid is essentially a weak base. All carboxylic acids are weak bases. That means that the hydrogen atom on the end of this carboxylate functional group here is susceptible to be lost or to donate itself to a base or to water. So this is a weak acid. It will partially dissociate in water, which is why we have these equilibrium arrows, and this carboxylic acid group will donate its proton and produce this carboxylate ion. Also at the same time, it's going to produce this acid ion, or the hydronium ion, which is the presence of this just shows that we have an acid present. So this is our dissociation reaction. Now it's important with carboxylic acids that you actually write this dissociation reaction out in full. What I mean here is you write the organic product and the other inorganic product that's formed, because the formation of the H3O+ is an important aspect of this reaction. Okay, acid-base reaction. Again, unlike most of the organic reactions we do want to show what happens to both the organic product and any other organic product that's formed, and any other organic product. So here, if we take we add hydroxide to a carboxylic acid, again, what's going to happen is this carboxylic acid group is going to donate its proton. We can see if we donate a hydrogen to the OH minus, the hydroxide, we're going to get a water molecule, and we're again going to be left with a carboxylate ion. So it's important again to write in full the organic product and the water molecule for this. Now we haven't talked about how to name these carboxylate ions, but the general way to name these is you name them the same you would with alcohol groups. So the top one here is going to be named pentenyl 8 ion, and the bottom one is going to be ethyl 8 ion, ethylenate. So I said those wrong. So this is pentenylenate and ethylenate ion. It's kind of complicated. Okay, so next type of reaction we want to look at is a condensation reaction. This is a new type of reaction that you may not have met before. Carboxylic acid, we react with an alcohol. It will not react by itself, so we actually have to add this concentrated sulfuric acid as a catalyst. Now what the concentrated sulfuric acid essentially does is it removes a hydrogen and an OH from the alcohol molecule, a hydrogen from the carboxylic acid. So it removes in total one water molecule. This water molecule is an extra product that's produced even though it's been absorbed by the H2SO4. This is a condensation reaction, because we have two smaller molecules joining together to make a larger molecule, and we have an extra inorganic product formed, which is the water molecule on the right hand side. I haven't drawn this at the moment, but you know, it's a good idea to draw that. We do produce a molecule that's called an ester, and we have this ester functional group joining these two molecules together. This is esterification. Okay, so substitution. So a carboxylic acid can undergo substitution with PCl5, PCl3, or thionyl chloride, SOCl2. Now what we can see here is that they all contain a chlorine atom, and it is essentially going to be the chlorine that substitutes the OH, the hydroxyl group on the end here. It will substitute with it to make a new product called an acid chloride or an acyl chloride. The reason we would do this is if we have a carboxylic acid and if we substitute a chlorine in place of the hydroxyl group, it makes an acid chloride that is incredibly reactive, and this acid chloride can go and react with more molecules than a carboxylic acid would. So we're making a more reactive molecule that we can use in further reactions. So those are the 4 types of reactions that we need to be aware of with carboxylic acids. So what I'd like you to do now is to go ahead and pause this video and draw the what's on the screen at the moment and see if you can fill in the reaction scheme. Just notice the arrow is missing on the top right here, so draw that one in. So we've got the 4 different reactions we looked at. Can you draw what the product would be when these 4 different reagents are made? So pause the video, draw those on a piece of paper, restart again and see if you've got the answers right. Okay, so the answers we get for this are, we start with propanoic acid here, so let's start with the esterification. So if we add concentrated sulfuric acid and methanol, the methanol will react with the propanoic acid and will make methyl propanoate. If we add PCl5, we're substituting the OH minus here and we get propanoyl chloride, this acid chloride. If we add water, it dissociates into the propanoate ion and the acid particle, the hydronium ion. And if we add a base, we are going to produce again the propanoate ion, but water this time, so it's neutralizing the acid. So these are the 4 types of reactions that you need to be familiar with. You may need to spend more time really breaking down and going over how it is that an alcohol and a carboxylic acid form this more complex ester molecule. And we will do that in a further video. So, if you found this video useful, make sure you like it and make sure you've subscribed. Thanks for watching.